I'm here, Mr. Blue here. Y'all should be able to hear now and see. Busy morning so far, a little bit late, jumping on this a minute or two late. I had a lot of positions to manage. So, free YouTube here. It's actually lucky that I'm even here right now because I got a lot of size on that I need to unload this morning. NVIDIA, Qs, AVGO, AMD, ABC, Elemental P. All right, so I'm going to, let's dive in because we got a lot of things to cover. All right, I'm your guide, your host, Mr. Blue, TradePhantoms.com. This is gonna be fast and furious. I'm probably gonna be very short and sweet. Busy morning this morning, SPYs, Qs, gapping up. And this will be a quick 1 hour session, if you will, going over some pre-market prep, pre-market routine, kind of show you some of the things that we do. Not everything, because not enough time. I only can spend an hour with you folks in here. I see some of my Phantoms members in here. Good to see y'all. Hopefully y'all doing well. Y'all should be getting paid. Y'all should be getting paid. All right, let's dive in. Let's dive in, yeah? Let's go. Let's hit it. So, Mr. Blue, let me see. Let me make this a little better. Maybe you'll see a little bit better there. All right, let's go. Let's dive in. So, TradePhantoms.com, Mr. Blue. Coffee, charts, documents, top down, demand supply, phantoms, right? I bring this up every day no matter where we are in the world, okay? I bring this up every single day, right? Demand supply, top down approach, multiple time frame analysis, monthly, weekly, daily, even if you're a short-term day trader, right? Here's a checklist, okay? For the group, I always bring this up every single day. Location, got some candlesticks here, very important, okay? We talk about this in more in detail, bearish candlesticks as well. And Thunder Thursday is today. Markets are opening up already, Thunder Thursday, and then later today it's going to be wild. So, get ready for Phantoms. Get ready. It's going to be a long day. And we get the liquidity map, right? Liquidity map. This is one of my favorite things on the planet here. So we reference this. Okay, this is a document that the Phantoms members get if you're a member here. And as you can probably already know, SPYs gapping up pretty decent, big. Okay, Qs, we are long QQQs and NASDAQ gapping up pretty big. I'll get to these charts, okay, in a moment. But just to give you a quick little just here, we got Tesla, we're long Tesla. Make sure you TP, taking some profit on some Tesla. Up here, we're hitting our 260 target. We got some swing trades on this. AVGO, same thing, I'm unloading. I even own shares of AVGO, so we caught this whole move here. So I'm gonna go on some, unload some shares here, along with some calls. We got calls in January expiration, so I'm probably just gonna unload those calls because of data decay, even though it's in January. Meta, that's the one that I missed. Microsoft playing ball a little bit here today. We are long NVIDIA as well. I even gave this on YouTube. Why is my NVIDIA chart blank? Why is all my analysis on NVIDIA blank? There it goes. Okay, glitch in the matrix. Here it is. So here's NVIDIA gapping up. So make sure we take some profit on that as well. AMD as well gapping up. So we're getting paid today, Phantoms. Okay, so just make sure off the open, make sure you focus and liquidate ARM. We're in ARM as well, gapping up. So pretty decent morning here so far for the positions that we have, right? So tech strong out the gate in terms of sectors. Bitcoin plays working out as well. All right, so let me dive into futures. Okay, just giving you all the pre-market quote real quick. Okay, couple of the positions that we that we are in. Okay, I did make a mistake on the Excel sheet too for some of my Phantoms groups for members in here. Even though I still do have these runners on in the NVIDIA October 125 strike call. I didn't make this note yesterday live in the trade room, but I want to make sure that now we have to take some profit. We're hitting that target number 2 here for those January's expirations, the 300 strike call. Okay, so make sure that we are, I'm going to make an adjustment here too, so they can get a note here to make sure that they take profit. Okay, I'm just notifying the team here. Okay, today's payday. AVGO, I would suggest too. Take profit on these as well today. All right, and that's what I'm going to do off the open here. So I'm starting this off a little bit more different than what I typically do the sessions. Yep, Amazon as well. So you might want to TP some Amazon here. Still have some on. Actually, this is like a TP3, but anyways, we got stuff to handle. So the team knows how to manage this. TP2/3 today, 9/26/24. Date stamp that, and I'm just highlighting things so they know things that are being modified here. Okay, Qs, got to TP these today. All right, I think this is the last one. It's gonna be a busy morning, folks. Busy day. Okay. ARM. It's already hit TP1, but you could potentially unwind to these TP. Okay. Appreciate the patience. Charts. Yeah, everything, Steve. Everything. All right, let's dive in. Let me just do this a bit more formally, if you will. Hit the charts. Yeah. So I'll start off with futures. Right, so I'll switch over here, kind of start this off a bit more formally, if you will. So I got the S&P up on the upper left, NASDAQ upper right, Dow Jones lower left, Russell 2000 bottom right. Yeah, no complaints when Timmy's around. Timmy's out, rolling around, baby. Hopefully y'all are cashing in. Hopefully. If you follow the rules and things like that, you should be good. That's what trading's all about. So let's dive in, right? So we got, basically S&P's all-time highs, NASDAQ breaking, Dow Jones and Russell 2000. Are you surprised that it's just kind of lagging? Not me. It's those two markets just laggers in a way. Okay, S&P, NASDAQ on fire. Okay, long story short here, I'm not going to go into the whole kit and caboodle here. Okay, I kind of bring this up every single day, so we kind of carry it forward. The point that I'm trying to make here this morning is I don't even need to make a point. Markets are all-time highs. Is anybody surprised here for S&Ps? No. We had this candle here that we talked about a couple days ago, right? And I think even on YouTube I was mentioning this as well. On Tuesday, I even gave some NVIDIA AMD play, just on YouTube for free, right? So hopefully y'all enjoyed that too. Some of the YouTubers that are just following, tracking along, okay, which is cool. S&Ps all-time high. So we had little body ranges here. S&Ps were just kind of grindy, slowly higher, right? But we could not make no new lows, no new nothing. During the day we'd have like SPY, SPX, S&P futures, these little flushes, right? These little like small time frame kind of like just flush downs, just testing some daily, weekly VWAP, could not even break a prior day's low at all. Okay, so we have this thing called painting bars, right? So if you're painting your bars, all my phantoms know in here with this bar that we were leaning against on the 9/19, which was what, last Thursday, right? Date-wise, has this painting bars helped us to just navigate, to continue to just remain long, no reason to get out of longs or get short, right? And voila, boom. If you just follow the price action, you will be rewarded, right? And if you're wrong, then if in structure changes, then great. Okay, everybody's trying to call this market's going to be bear market and we're going to have another 2008 crash. The public, right? If you go on TikTok and all the social media, everybody's calling for a crash. And that's how I kind of know that the market's just going to go higher. Okay, yeah, one day it will potentially crash, right? But I thought the Japan was the beginning of the end of everything, right? And that only turned out to be one of the most amazing buying opportunities that you can have, as we're on all-time highs right now. Okay, so bears, perma bears, and people who are trying to short, they're crying, right? And they're trying to think too much. And yeah, maybe we could have a drop down big, but right now it's not happening, right? And this is coming into a seasonality point where S&Ps, for the last 2 weeks of September, is typically down, but it's fading up. Okay, but Friday, make sure for my Phantoms members tomorrow. Okay, we are going to spend some time regarding just a couple things going into October. Okay, so I got a little treat for y'all later tomorrow in the live trade room. Okay, even if we have to have a separate, well, I got a meeting at 2:30, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to have a special session with y'all on Friday tomorrow. But I'm going to include it into the live trade room in our normal broadcast show, right? Our normal trade room. So I'm going to talk a little bit about seasonality going into October, okay? Coming into an election year, etc. So I'll pin that for tomorrow, okay? So get some good rest tonight. And today's going to also be a big day as well. I'm going to drop down to the small time frames in a moment. NASDAQ, I did want to reference this. This is important. Okay, we finally broke this level, right? So we had, again, same thing here. If I kind of just zoom in a bit more. Are you waiting for Powell to speak before you trade? No, no. Powell already spoke last week. The Federal Reserve already did what they needed to do last week, right? So I don't wait. I mean, I do wait for trades to set up, but I trade the price action and take, right? Powell's just gonna, of course he can, he already did. I mean, he's gonna take questions and things like that, right? But the announcement is already out. He's just gonna field questions and, things like that, right? But we're opening up. Okay, we're opening up already great with some good trades. That's why I took a moment to even update the Excel sheet and the team and the chat and the communications that we have. Okay, I'm putting the communications up right now for the team to update our trades because Powell can speak all he wants, but right now markets are higher, and so all of our trades are going to be opening up very well. Okay, so my first order of business is going to be basically realizing gains off these big moves up. Okay, that being said, NASDAQ, right? We were talking about this, right? Level where this level, yes, was a level of supply, but it was getting absorbed. We had a couple of liquidity sweeps up here. I'll go to the QQQ chart in a moment as well, where we kind of yesterday we were taking profit right at an area where we had a little bit of a liquidity sweep, pulled back a little bit. Okay, for the day, then the markets just kind of went sideways for the rest of the day, and then overnight. Okay, this is futures. Overnight, NASDAQ, S&Ps popped. Okay, now we are, if I look left, is the NASDAQ coming into a level of supply, albeit? Yes. Okay, so we're at this 20,450 handle that I was mentioning with this supply level here to the left. Okay, now remember, folks, we're already long, right? So we are already long or bull and already in the trade going long, bullish, right? So what do we have to do to exit? We have to sell to exit. Does that make sense? And what you want to do is, right, obviously buy low, sell high. Okay, right? So what will happen here is, first order of business here today is going to be, selling to exit to realize gains, right? Buy low, sell high, right? So as S&Ps and NASDAQ, well, S&Ps are all-time highs, but NASDAQ is coming into this supply level here to the left. Now, I want to be patient with the short here, right? I want to be patient with the short because, as we can see, shorts are they're very short-lived, okay? So I want to be extremely patient here up here. If I am looking to short this short NASDAQ, which is going to be still very difficult, at least for right now, okay? But we are at a level. We are at an objective level of supply that needs to be absorbed up in here, okay? So let me actually, now that we are here, destination-wise at this level, let me just put a top line on this as well, because the high of this, what's called a drop, there's a little bit of a basing here, and then we have a drop here, right? That comes in at about what? Give or take, it might be a couple of ticks off or points off. All right, so just check your platform, but it's the high of 7/15, July 15th, okay? It's about 20,810, okay? 20,810, give or take. Again, I might be a point or two off. So verify that in your platform there. I just want to kind of keep it flowing and going here. Okay. But yeah, this is a wide area here, albeit. So yeah, we could continue to go higher, which is great because I'm long, right? And we're long. I got the Phantoms team, long here, right? So, this is good. So as it's coming up, unload, sell to take profit, Okay. Now what we want to do is investigate this area. I'm not going to have enough time in this free 1 hour session on YouTube. In the live trade room, we would literally go in. I would do this live with y'all, but we would literally go inside of this level and go refine some small time frame levels inside of this level to pick off, okay, even some potential shorts. But we want to be careful with that short, okay? I want to be careful with that short. The other thing that I would mention here is we could come up and swipe this level up, especially on a day like today where we have like momentum and people who are still short this market are trapped right now, still continuing, okay? So there could be a liquidity sweep right above here at the 20,810 handle as well, because once we get or break above that level, we're at all-time highs on NASDAQ, okay? And let me say it right now, would y'all be surprised at all if the NASDAQ made all-time highs fairly soon to catch up with the S&P? I would not be surprised one bit, okay? So 20,008, what I say, 10, give or take, verify that in your platform, okay? I would almost want to put my entry for enter short where people are going to have their stop losses up here. Anybody who's trying to enter short here somewhat early, okay, because we could get a bit more of a sweep. So therefore, I want to get more of the extreme of that. Again, it's a little more of an advanced concept, okay? But we basically nailed it yesterday when we were taking profit on some of our Q contracts. And I had made a note, why is TradingView today so slow with the my drawings here? I'm having slight mini heart attacks here with clicking these. And anybody else having a problem with TradingView today? Let me reload this. What's going on here? Well, there it is. Good morning, good morning. Okay. I had mentioned this liquidity sweep area for quite some time now. This is where we were TPing up here, liquidity. So that was like yesterday's high. We got long day trade and swing, we took some profit on some of our swing trade, and we got, took some profit on our day trade. Markets just pulled back. Okay, so that was that little liquidity sweep right there that I had mentioned. Okay, now we do have a gap right here, right? Remember that we do have a gap. So this is what I was mentioning to the group. Okay, this is an unfilled gap here in QQQs. That comes in at about what, 496. Let me get the exact price here today. 496.34. So it's 1 penny off. Okay, that's the official kind of gap fill here. Okay, so off the open, I'm going to start to already take some profit, right? But if we start to grind higher and fade, continue this fade higher, because the pre-market quote, we closed here yesterday. We're gapping up here today. Okay, so this is what's super cool about markets is when they go, right? So we're already gapping up about what 1.6% give or take for now. Okay, 8 points. All right, so that unfilled gap, make sure you take some profit. Okay, if I were to look short too, this would be at least in a minimum too. I would confluence the NASDAQ futures with the QQQ gap here as well. In addition, okay, in addition to that, now we do have a daily high right here as well for that whole day right there. That where the close happened right here. Let me just zoom in a little bit better for y'all so y'all can see. I realize, right, this day right here. Okay, this day right here is that's the close right there, and so that's the close, and then the next day we open, so that's the gap. So this daily high right here comes in at let's see, 498.44. Okay, and again, the same thesis that I was mentioning with, just make this red. I'll make it blue because it's a daily high, right? Color code wise. The same thesis that we were mentioning here with the liquidity sweep, this might be the gap fill plus potentially liquidity sweep. This might be an area where if I'm day trading for the day, all right, I can maybe pick up some kind of liquidity sweep short here above 498.44. Okay, so let me just make this line kind of aggressive. Now I'm not rushing this potential short trade, right? Does that make sense? I'm enjoying the long, all right? I'm a seller, okay, but I'm a seller to exit first, okay? So this could be potentially a liquidity sweep entry. Let this get more extreme, okay? Put your entry where people have potentially their stop losses for shorts, and where people who are already long have new highs, okay? And coming up, breaking new highs and taking more profit off liquidity-wise. Okay, again, if you're really new, you might be a different language, okay, but my phantoms know, as they are trained traders now, that y'all know what I'm talking about here, right? Equal to a new high. So if we break that daily high, we fill the gap, we break a new daily high, that's going to be a higher high. So take more profit on longs, and then that would be an area where I might be having what's called a climactic, just little baby short trade entry here, okay? But again, I'm being extremely patient with the short, okay? And this would be, I want to make this quote unquote aggressive. Aggressive short. Okay. And again, that comes in at 498, kind of 44. Okay, that price point there. All right, moving on. All right. And again, yeah, just real quick, because you know, I've been bringing this up. So did we crack this, right? I just have this illustration over here, left shoulder, right shoulder. Did we crack this level? Yep, we just gapped up above it, right? So we have all-time highs up here, and then we just have that 498 level right here. So we are now here on the mall map. Y'all with me? Okay. Snapped. Snapped. All right, and this is all-time highs. All right, so we're at the second level before a kiss to the all-time high. All right, let's move on. We're to Qs. Let me go back to futures here. Okay. And again, yeah, so that futures level is fairly wide here, so zone down, all right? And I just gave y'all another little notation there with the gap fill in QQQs, so confluence those areas there. All right, I'm gonna save some time and some oxygen and some energy here, not even talk about Dow and Russell, okay? They need to join the party. All right, the party's already going and they're late. All right, let me see. So I'm gonna switch over here. Okay, I'm gonna switch over back to the monthly, the weekly, the daily. You might be able to see the chart better too with the darker background. Okay, monthly, weekly, daily. Switches over to the S&Ps, futures. All right, again, monthly, weekly, daily. Boom, new high, great. We just were discussing that. All right, great, beautiful. And then I'm gonna drop down to the 60, right? So I got the 60-minute time frame upper left, I got the 30-minute lower left, I got the 5-minute here. In the middle, I got the 2-minute here. All right, opening up the 60-minute time frame. One of the first things that we wanna do, as always, okay, routine business here, Globex high. Where is it? Right here, we're on Globex highs. Okay, Globex low, 60-minute time frame here of the S&P futures. Okay, 6-minute time frame. This gray space is overnight, so we have overnight low, overnight high. So futures just exploded overnight. Okay, and looking at this chart, speak to me like a 5-year-old. Looking at this chart, do you see an uptrend or a downtrend? Do you see an uptrend or a downtrend? Y'all tell me. You see high lows or low highs? What do you see? I don't know about y'all, man, but I just see high lows, high lows, high lows. I haven't even been mapping out supply levels in S&P futures because there is none, right? Does that make sense? All right, there is none. All right, so you know, do you think there's people out there in the world right now that is thinking like, oh man, this market's too high, I'm just gonna go short it? I don't know, this S&P's you know, all-time highs. I don't know, I just think it's too high, so I'm gonna just short it, right? Boom, done again this morning. When are you gonna learn your lesson? When are you gonna learn your lessons? One day I'll get it. Don't worry. Okay, you know, unfortunately, the graveyard is filled with people who are always trying to catch that top or catch that bottom in trading and investing. Okay, unfortunately, right? So you know, don't put your trading account in the graveyard, right? Just trade properly, trade logically, right? The point that I'm trying to make, anyways, here we're all-time highs. You know, where I can't even look at supply. If I were to do our business here and look at what's called Globex traps, okay, you know, there's some levels down here, albeit, right? And this is what I was talking about with the past couple of days. All the markets have been doing has been, you see these little wicks here? These are just all little intraday flushes. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, like if you're looking at the small time frames, right? The 2-minute, the 1-minute, the 5-minute, okay, during the day sometimes, okay, especially during the past week or two, I would say, you know, these little like, you know, big little flushes down, right? And then, you know, those, you know, probably getting people like, oh, here comes a short, right? But you can't even get closes. Okay, if you look at the candle closes, for my phantoms would know, these are all what's called hammer bars. Okay, so sellers, this is all sellers just trying to keep it down, and the buyers just keep picking it up, right? Everybody just wants to know, hey, what's the secret strategy? All right, listen to the price. Listen to the price. Don't listen to your head. Don't listen to, right? This is literally telling us that this market just wants to go up because the bears cannot hold one even red bar candle on a 60-minute time frame. Right? Does that make sense? Okay, we can't even get down. Right? We took this level on. We took this level beautifully. Over here, the last Globex trap, we had a structure, basing impulse over here, and that got kissed right there. We did well on this trade beautifully here. And then I had this level here pinned because this is all wicks, right? So again, like I said, we can't even break a prior day's low, okay? Now, if I were to say, you know, what's the next level, this is going to be still somewhat valid, the 57.38 in the event that we get down here. I don't know if we're going to get down here, okay, today, all right? But we could... I'll drill down for us here on the 30-minute time frame. In the event, if we don't even break the Globex low today, here's yesterday's low, so you might want to pin that. Okay, so this would be yesterday's low in the S&Ps. okay? But we also have, you know, an IBI, impulse basing impulse, okay, right here. And the reason why I'm referencing this one is because this is the level, this is what's called the flip, right? So we had what, this supply, all-time highs that just could not give out, right, for a little while, for a couple of days, right? S&Ps have just been grinding for the week, right? Not really lower, not really higher, not really lower, not really higher, all right? But just ranging, right? Just chilling, as I would say, right? For lack of a better term, to be politically incorrect and speak like a 2-year-old, right? Chilling. It was just chilling, right? And then we finally what? Broke, right? We finally broke. So this supply that was once an all-time high, it had a base, right? All demand and supply is, folks, is sellers, right? Sellers coming up and then buy, right? And being met with buyers. So there was a fight, okay? The bulls and the bear fight happened right here. And who won this fight this time around? The bulls or the bears? Who won this fight? The bulls, right? So I have this phrase in Phantoms, 3 lines, 2 colors, right? No beeps given, no FUCKs given, right? So, so demand supply. So, you know, the green team buyers, okay, we rallied, we based a little bit, base, because we are matched with some sellers, okay, sellers to exit to realize some gains in the event that this range did not break, okay. So people who are long maybe take some profit, of course, because what if we didn't break a new all-time high and this level respected again? Well, sellers would be at least selling to exit, realizing gain from longs are going to take it, but something happened here. Right, there was some selling here. There might be some sellers. There are going to be some sellers that are trying to short this market. Yep, here it is, all-time highs. I got it, right? All right, and there's going to be seller to exits. But something happened here. Boom, buyers showed up and took it and took it up. So this is going to be what's called an IBI flip zone here, and this is going to be potentially on the dock here this morning for. It wouldn't be a Globex trap because the Globex trap would have to be breaking below the Globex low. Okay, but this would just be a regular demand zone carryover flip, and that comes in at about. 57, let me give you the price and just move on here. Busy morning. I cannot get everything in. All right, 57.96 demand. And I'll just do IOF there, institutional order flow demand right there. I'll just put that to the right so y'all can see a little bit better. Y'all can see that 57.96 IBI here. Okay, so that might come into play here this morning, nice and clean. Okay, I gotta move on, keep it flowing and going here. NASDAQ, everything that I said in the S&P could also be said in NASDAQ. The only difference is NASDAQ actually does have supply up here to the left, but be very careful with that, right? Be very careful with that, okay? I just spent some time on that regarding that, right? So let's map out our Globex high, Globex low, just cleaning this up a little bit here. Just clean this up just a little bit. This level, this line was a reference. Okay, here's Globex high. We're on Globex highs right now. Nice. Qs are going to pay us this morning, folks. That was a low risk, high reward trade, and it's highly rewarding, that's for sure. But what if it wasn't? What if we were wrong? Well, all good. Would have been wrong small. All right. Stay smooth. Don't get too high when you're winning. Don't get too low if you're in drawdown. Stay neutral, right? Stay focused, execute, okay? Globex, again, like I said, I can say the same thing, all right, for S&Ps, or for NASDAQ, for S&Ps, that flip zone, if I were to compare that apples to apples, oranges to oranges with NASDAQ, okay? This wasn't the all-time high, but we had some overhead supply, just, just kind of holding this market down a little bit here for the week, okay? For the week, right? A little bit of a basing. Again, NASDAQ, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, low. You can see I really don't have supply, right? Now we're in it, all right? But we're gonna go deeper in, okay, as mentioned. Okay, so yada, yada, yada. Okay, I can say the same thing. All right, we caught some levels here, great. Who cares? That's old. Now, what are we doing here today, right? So there's going to be, potential areas of interest here. Here's an IBI. I wanna get closer to the flip, right? So long story short, I just mentioned that in S&P. So in NASDAQ, that comes in at about 20,000, call 300. Okay, just to keep it short and sweet. And again, this is not Globex, right? And again, if you're new here and on YouTube and things like that, we have sessions on understanding, going over specifically. We have a whole lesson on Globex traps alone. Okay, now this isn't a Globex trap, but this is just regular demand. Okay, and I'll just make a note here too. This is the flip, quote unquote flip, right? Now, not every demand and supply level is a flip zone, okay? And again, Mr. Black goes in more with that in essentials, and I go into more in that as well in the live trade rooms and some of the advanced lessons as well, okay? But not every zone is a flip, okay? But what I want to do is this level, there's a little IBI right here, right? But I want to get a little bit more in the event that we do just pull back a little bit, okay, or bigger today potentially, because that could happen, right? Then I want to be a little bit more safer on the what was one supply now demand flip down here. So long story short, 20,300 would be something that I would just feel comfortable on YouTube giving folks for a potential trade in the event that markets have more volatility and we get a deeper pullback. Okay, I don't want anybody to get steamrolled down here in the event that we get a bigger correctional move here today. Okay, which I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know. Okay, but we'll see. All right. But again, like I mentioned, first order of business is going to be taking the profit on all those trades. All right, so there's a lay of the land. Again, I would refine into this level. If I had a little bit more time, like I said, if we were in a different, if we were in the room, Phantoms, with more time, I'd go and investigate that level up there, okay, for futures to kind of refine inside that level. But I'm also, in addition to that, going to be, and I would say, as a quick little note, just in case anybody got in here late, come on, trading views being annoying today. Reference your QQQs as well, so those gap fills and things like that. All right, this is recorded, so you can always just watch the quick recording at the end of this session as well. Okay, switching over. Oh, gold, oil. Let me just do gold, oil real quick. Gold on fire. Gold on fire. All right, new highs. Okay, monthly, week, daily, up, 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 up. Okay, we are getting a little stretch on gold a little bit. Now, there's no supply to the left because it's all-time highs. But you can see right now, this is expected, right? So we had this level that we were kind of waiting for yesterday down in here, Globex trap 2668. But that was yesterday's level. Today's Globex high here, gold. Today's Globex low here, right here. So this level could still be in play. This level could still be in play, 2668 for a Globex trap. And we have 2650. Okay, so long story short, these levels are fairly decent. Okay, gold on a major macro bull market. Okay, but when you're at all-time highs and it's getting kind of stretched, okay, you got to be careful because you get these bigger corrections here. So this is not the end of gold. All right, don't get nervous, but just don't get steamrolled. Make sure that you're picking off your levels appropriately. Okay, because a bigger pullback is deserved here, okay, or expected. We are outside of the 2 standard deviation on monthly, weeklies, and dailies, okay? If I had more time to explain that, I would, okay? But, jump into the trade room, folks. If you're new on YouTube, get the heck in that trade room, man. All right, some stuff happens in there. All right, good and bad. All right, good and bad. But the point that I'm trying to make is we are outside of 2 standard deviations on the monthly, the weekly, and we kissed it on the dailies as well. So we're getting kind of distribution-wise a little bit high up here on gold. Not because I think it, okay, but because the market is telling me just in terms of standard deviation and scatter plots, okay? So therefore, if you know standard deviation. So therefore, we could have a bigger pullback, okay? Typically when that happens, okay, usually on the daily and weeklies, you'd get it, and that's fine. But the monthlies as well are giving us a 2 standard deviation move out. So be careful. I would book some gains, okay? Me personally, book some gains, okay? Be careful getting long up here, right? Don't get too much alpha up here on gold because we could get a deeper pullback, which is good because we want to buy low. We don't want to buy high. We want to buy low. So let it pull back on the higher time frames, monthly, weekly, and dailies, so then we can rotate, okay, and get long to refill your portfolios. Does that make sense? Maybe yeah, maybe no, okay? But for a day trade, okay, for a day trade, 2668 could be a nice little pick off, 2651 could be a nice little pick off. If I were to give you just some insight really quickly, because I'm feeling jolly today, the daily level is gonna be down here still at that 2600 price point at Mariani News, FUCK News, brother. The more experience you get, the more you realize that news is just news. All right, I'm not oblivious to it, but I don't concern myself with much in trading. I trade the charts, brother. Trade the charts, man. All right. I didn't even know who was speaking today. I saw on Forex Factory Jay Powell speaking, but there's like a lot of, right, just keep your mind clear, baby. Trade the charts. Trade the charts. All right. But yes, you are correct, brother. There's news. Let me just mark this out in blue. I'll just map this out in blue here to represent daily. okay? Because news is one thing, how the markets respond is the true thing. So you can have news, right? But at the end of the day, how traders react and respond to that news as the catalyst, cause and effect theory, right? So I really don't care about the cause. I just care about the effect, and I want to trade the effect. All right. So at the end of the day, what's going to save your butt is understanding the chart reaction. All right. I'm mapping out this weekly down here because I know the chart's really ugly here, right? But there's a weekly level down in here that comes in at about 25.50. Okay. Now I want to say this right now publicly on YouTube. When we have the monthly, the weekly, and the daily outside of 2 STD standard deviations, okay, we can have a deeper pullback. So if I were to ask y'all, okay, what level is better, this daily right here at 2600 or this weekly down here, 2540, which one is going to be better? Give me a D for daily up here, 2600, blue, or a 25, or a W for weekly, 2540s. Which one is going to be stronger, the daily or the weekly? Give me a D for daily, W for W. Which one's going to be stronger, Phantoms? Weekly, higher time frame, Joey G, my man, right? Good job, right? So we also have the 20-period moving average on the weekly down in here, okay? So with this bigger 2 standard deviation move on the monthly, weekly, and daily print, okay, we're starting to get a little toppy tail here too as well. Now, this chart's not closed yet today, okay? We could have a deeper pullback down into the 2540s on the weeklies. Does that make sense? Okay, because if I look at the weeklies, that daily level, we can see the daily level dropped. There's a basing, there's a rally right here. But if I look at the weekly, that level is not a formation on the weekly. I got a formation on the weekly lower down here, 2540s. And as you can see, we have a daily level right in there as well. Now there's a little bit of time spent here on dailies, right? Okay, but weeklies are going to be more stronger than, say, dailies. Okay, so that being said, folks, for you long-term traders and investors, okay, down in here is going to be your area, all right, your fund zone area, okay? I would say this daily, and then if not, down here for weekly. Does that make sense? Now for you day traders, okay, these levels up here could be in play just for today as a day trade, right? But these levels are not going to be great to maybe add into the long-term portfolio, right? Does that make sense? Why? Because even though these levels are up here, these levels are up here, and we're outside of the getting a little too high here on gold. Does that make sense? So deeper pullback potentially pending, okay? I spent a lot of time on that, but hopefully that made sense. Okay, I'm gonna have to unfortunately skip oil just for a moment. Just make sure oil's down. We broke down. Okay, but I gotta get to the charts. So I gotta get to the equity charts here. So let me keep it flowing here. I got 5 minutes before, 4 minutes before open. Holy smokes, VIX. Look at my phantoms talking in here. Y'all talking like traders, trained up. I'm scared of y'all. Y'all scaring me. Y'all scaring the new folks. Watch out. Y'all scaring the new folks. VIX, I don't know why I think our trading view is so slow with the drawings here today. Wow. Yeah, man. What's going on, Sean, man? This is not the day to be doing that, man. Trading view. Jeez. All right, folks. I apologize on that. That's not my fault. Trading view. So it seems like I'm not the only one having an issue here. All right, Apple, psych app up. I can't even go through my stuff here. Stay calm. Overnight high, overnight low in VIX because the trading view is acting up a little bit. Stay relaxed. VIX up, market down, VIX down, market up. On this spike, I can see VIX not really dropping down a little bit here. All right. I'm expecting a decent little close for the month of the quarterlies here, Q2. Again, I'll talk to my phantoms tomorrow with y'all a bit more in detail. We got 3 minutes before open. Apple, gap up. Man, this is bad right now in trading view. Let me just reload this real quick. I apologize, folks. Let me just see if this could help a little bit. Ooh, not the day here today to have technical difficulties on charting platforms. You pick the day out of all day. You couldn't have that issue over here in the grindy price action a couple days ago. Man, this is bad, folks. Apologize. I'll try my best. Amazon, we're long this. If TradingView did its job, we could do our job. But I have yesterday's high, yesterday's low, weeklies, and all that kind of stuff. I got VWAPs, but we're on a blank naked chart here. All right, slight gap up, slight gap up. Not slight gap up, outside gap up. Almost a this is a mortgage gap. Amazon's interesting here. Amazon has what's called a mortgage gap here today. Okay, you know, I wish I had my illustrations in my drawings here, but I don't. Google outside gap up. All right, but Google is in a tough spot. Okay, I don't have enough time to explain the reasons on that. We are long Tesla, right? So make sure we're taking profit off the open there. AVGO, same thing. Okay, these are all outside gap ups for the most part. Meta, Microsoft trying to finally inside bar mother bar break on Microsoft. Now Microsoft has been a bit more of a lagger. NVIDIA, we're long NVIDIA. I even showed that on YouTube for y'all on Tuesday. All right, good, we're getting paid. Now just be careful, right, off the open on NVIDIA, because we are coming up into a level similar to NASDAQ, right? So we just want to be cautious, courteous of that. AMD, I'm long. I don't have a lot of contracts left on AMD, excuse me, but I'm going to unload those as well, ARM and ARM. But right now, albeit we're gapping up, some good gaps. Let's see, cat. It's a pillar. Yep, XLK. Eddie, did you snag some XLK? I loaded up more on Qs, but XLK, I gave a note to the folks in our group that I was looking at XLK. But I love me some NASDAQ, so I kind of loaded up in NASDAQ. But if you got long XLK, when we got long QQQs, doing good too, right? Technology sector, boom. I gave that to the group there. Yeah, Cat has a mortgage gap here. This is a mortgage gap. This is a mortgage gap. Caterpillar, interesting. So Caterpillar, good job, y'all. Mortgage gap. All right, markets just opened. Let me just get a quick thumb on the pulse here with internals. Just really quickly. Damn, count exploded up. Y'all looking at your account right now? Internals up. Valdi up. Advanced declines up. 1400, not super extreme, but up there. See if that holds on advanced declines. Valdi right now, very early, but a 3-to-1 ratio to the bullish side for right now, or 2.8. All right, so take profit, folks. Going into profit campaign right now on these. Okay, even yesterday's option that's expiring today, if you held, I'm sorry, the ones that we're holding, these are all up. So I can't even talk right now. Just take some profit. I'm gonna take some profit on NVIDIA first here. These options, we got the January 130, he's going for about 1445. So I'm just taking profit on NVIDIA. I'm gonna see if I can try to get some new trades here for y'all this morning, but I do have to just handle business here. All right. All right, that NVIDIA. I can't even do this right now. I'm gonna have to update this later. I can't do it right now. Tesla, TP Tesla. These are cranking. Even yesterday's trade. I gotta dump these ones from yesterday. This is not the normal broadcasting here on YouTube if you've been following. But this is live stuff, live money, so I have to make sure that I'm managing my funds here. All right, this is very serious stuff. I actually trade live and have lots of, I gotta dump AVGO shares here. I can't even type the tickers in properly here. I gotta dump AVGO shares here. I'm clearing the, we bought these calls for 325. They're going for 815 right now, 1815. All right, I'm gonna be all out of AVGO of the option, which is right here, right now. All right, this is target 3, so I'm gonna be all out here. And just got filled on those at 1860. All right, I'm just gonna personally dump some shares here because in my other account, my IRA, I have long shares as well. So we're high, right? So I want to, what, I bought lower and I'm selling what, higher. I'm dumping a shitload of shares on AVGO right now. Okay. I'm still holding those AVGO calls from yesterday. So I'm dumping those right now as well. All right, dumping them. So notice what I'm doing this morning. I'm selling to exit, right? All right, I'm all out of those calls that we held yesterday that I had a terrible entry on, by the way. All right, and I'm all out of this AVGO. Okay. TP'd, what I got, $18.60 premium. All right, NVIDIA, I'm like, I have so many orders on NVIDIA, I'll update that Excel. Let me see, what's Amazon? ARM. I could TP some ARM as well. We're in ARM. Okay, we got the 170 strike Octobers. Just to put that here so you guys are not just looking at a blank screen. Oh man, Caterpillar's going. Anybody catch Caterpillar mortgage? I got so much size to unload this morning. These are going for selling for 270. Man. What? These are still not flowing. I gotta, what? How's ARM not printing right now? All right, let's see. Cat. Cat has mortgage gap off the open here. Let's see what this looks like here. I don't want to chase it too much. So I had to unload some size there, folks. I still got some size to unload, but I want to be a little respectful for you folks in here because I know you guys are looking here for some trades, but Cat long call might be decent if you pick up the 400 strike. Mortgage gap on Cat. A little stretched here. I want to be a little careful. But on a day like today, you know, we might be able to touch the 400 handle. So if you want to take a shot at this, you know, the 220 strike call here, those are going for about 215. I'll pick that up. All right, $2. Probably give me $2 for them, yeah. The spread's wide on this. The spread is wide on Cat. So You know, just understand that. All right. All right, long call, Cat. AMD printing for us there. Let me unload some AMD real quick. I did not expect this push on AMD this quickly. So if you guys and girls, traders are still long from earlier in the week, and now we got long yesterday, the calls are printing on AMD. So let me just distribute some of those as well. I didn't put that one on the Excel sheet, but we've been trading AMD all this week, and I think on Tuesday, even for free YouTube, I was mentioning AMD for a swing trade bullish for the week, right? So if you took action on that, you know, you're doing pretty well. All right, you're doing pretty well. All right, big gap up. Okay, I was expecting this here, not this quickly, so nice. You know, I don't have a lot of size on AMD. That was the one that I'm distributing right now, but that was the one that I had less size on. AVGO, Tesla, and NVIDIA. I'm loaded up on. So, all right, let's see if I can find some. You know, AMD might be pretty decent here for the day trade continuation as well. This AVGO, beautiful, beautiful. NVIDIA. Okay. Oh man, this was a short squeeze. They're getting squeezed out. Even NVIDIA for today, unloading those NVIDIAs. Man, I gotta take profit on Qs. I got so much stuff. I can't even play on YouTube with y'all today, y'all. I can't even play with y'all on YouTube today. And I don't want to say play, but I got shit to handle. Let me see. I'm trying to find something here for y'all for the day, but I don't want to get y'all trapped and rush into things, right? So I'm just unloading a lot of size right now. But if I were to, let me see, do some NVIDIA. Did y'all add to NVIDIA yesterday? I want to look left. I want to be a little patient on that. Yeah, I don't want to give this on YouTube just in the event because I have to I gotta do my due diligence, right? All right, let me see. Make sure y'all dump those calls, right? On Qs. I'm just unloading size, y'all. Whew. Yeah, I just gotta unload, man. Spy, those Q calls are in the money. I was not expecting it to be that quick. But options are up like 300, 400%, folks. Again, I'm saying this with all humility and humbleness. What's the Tesla price? Tesla price is what? The price is right. 259s. I'm just dumping. I'm dumping. TP Timmy, sell the exit. I don't even know what's going on in the chat there. Join the trade room. Let's see a bit more. Damn, the video. This is so like not cool on YouTube, unprofessional, but just join the trade room, y'all. This is real life. I got real money. I got real money on the line here. I got 2-3 accounts that I'm trading here, so I had to take a moment to make sure that you know, I'm an unselfish person, but I gave all these trades out. So, but I got some size, so I'm just unloading. This is why I was trying to make some notes here for the team as well. All right, this is not usually the way it goes, right? If you've been tracking, let me dump some more AVGO shares here too. If you've been tracking the channel here, but if you're new, but this is real life stuff, and I got monies on the line, so I gotta at the end of the day, I gotta attend it to it. All right. I'm just dumping some more AVGO shares here. I'm all out of the calls, but you know, just unloading some shares. All right, selling the exit some here. Cool. Those Qs, printed, y'all. Just be careful on the bullish exposure for the day trades. Pretty big gap. So as you notice, I'm selling the exit, right? So this is just be careful with that. It's going to be heavy just because of that sold to exit from bulls. Okay. But that's my time right now, folks. And I slightly apologize a bit, right? Because you know this is usually not the regular programming broadcast here, but this is real life stuff, and my phantoms know this, right? So. Yeah, if you want to get in here, folks. All right, we are. I can literally take all of Q4 off at this point. Q3 just exploded right now for me. Just personally, it's not about me. It's about y'all. Oops. Yeah, I apologize for the difference in broadcasting typically here today. But yeah, I gotta go, y'all. Be careful trading. Be careful trading the bullish all the way up here. So just be patient. Okay, we're in. You know, we're good. Okay, if you took all the trades that we've taken, so just make sure you're unloading. Make sure that you're distributing. Okay, I'm gonna take some time to kind of recap or rebalance myself. Okay, after taking all this profit and get my feet comfortable foundation wise, and then I'll see if I can shout some things out to my phantoms in the chat. Is that fair? Okay, and y'all know I wish this was yesterday, right? I wish this happened yesterday, so we had all 4 hours, okay, just to go at this, right? But I can't choose when and where the market's going to break out or whatnot, right? So, anyways, if you want to learn more, if you're new, hit TradePhantoms.com, right? Click that register button there. Today, yep, no problem, Jose Franco. I shouldn't, Jose, Joe Frank. Tonight, right? Thursday, September 26th, 2024, right? Look at, I'm all doing the fucking year and all this, right? 9 hours away. Put your name, email there, right? If you're really new, hit that register, okay? Mr. Black or Mr. Green will walk you through kind of what Phantoms is all about, okay? And how, we analyze the markets from how professional traders, okay? We're doing this for quite some time now. All right, multi-directional trading, up, down, sideways, options, whether you're brand new, starting with small accounts, or you've been doing this for years and years and years, and you're looking to help manage your longer-term wealth accounts. Okay, so everything is there for you. Okay, not just stocks, futures, forex, options, day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, everything, right? So it's a one-stop shop. If you like what you see, if this floats your boat, hit that register button there and see if you're a fit. And if good, yeah. If not, that's okay too. All right, folks, I gotta go. I got stuff to manage. For my phantoms, stay close to the chat. I'll chirp here and there if I see something, but most of y'all are trained very well. So focus and go do your thing. All right. With that said, Blue out.